What's up, everyone? Janitor Jake here. Now see, once again, this is another garage sale find video. Except this time it's different. I actually brought a buddy of mine with me named Maniac Matt. Maniac Matt is actually one of those people that would always send me text messages, always send me stuff over Facebook, would send me a carrier pigeon and all sorts of stuff saying, hey, what have you found at garage sales, buddy? Hey, look what I found. And he would show me all this really rare and obscure items that he ended up picking up. Meanwhile, I'm not finding diddly squat. So, whatever. I decided to bring him along, and that's what this video is. Us going around to the different garage sales. But, actually, Maniac Matt was the person who picked up the Pier Solar video game for like $2. Just totally ridiculous. But anyway, at the end of the video, I go into more detail about the items that I picked up. And if you want to see Maniac Matt go into more details about his items, go check out his channel. I'll put a link to his channel down below in the description. In his channel, he does like video game news, which is pretty cool, and he also does garage sale and thrift store finds, and he does some other random stuff, so go check out his channel. It's pretty good stuff. So otherwise, without further ado, let's get this video rolling. Alright, so right now I'm on my way to go pick up Maniac Matt. And as you guys can see, as everyone can tell, I'm way out here in the boonies. So that's what you get for living way up in northwestern Wisconsin. This is pretty much what it's like driving anywhere. I'll be trying to speak up because I know this muffler can get pretty loud at times. Definitely needs to get fixed. So, go swimming. Alright, so right off the bat, the first thing we got is a bunch of Xbox games. Now, of course, you want to check to make sure that they have the disc, which that one didn't. So we're going to go through and look through the rest to make sure they're all there. Now, earlier in the day, Maniac Matt ended up seeing some original Xbox controllers here. And, you know, those are worth, they're like a dime a dozen. You find those things everywhere. But he ended up talking to the woman, and she was saying, yeah, we're selling that because our Xbox is broke. So he said, oh, well, do you have any games you want to sell? And so she talked to her husband, and he ended up bringing out some games. So right now he's looking for extra games. Some Spider-Man stuff right there, which I'm not really into because I like the older stuff, and that stuff is a lot newer, which I don't really care much about. Then I saw some of these movie posters and what have you, but they were like The Hobbit and stuff like that, and I was like, I don't want any of that. So, whatever. Then he finally brought out the rest of his Xbox games, and now we're just kind of snooping through and debating which ones we want, figuring it out. Because I don't really have an original Xbox collection. I never really grew up with it. I did, but I never got into it. I was into other stuff. So just checking to make sure if the discs are clean, scratched up, what have you. They were only $1, so it's a fair price, it's a good garage sale price, $1 a piece, sure, whatever. So, whatever, I decided to go with, the 007 one and the military one. So, whatever. That's what I grabbed. Now, on to the next sale. Alright, so we get to this random rinky-dink garage sale with a bunch of typical nonsense, and what do we run into? A bunch of Xbox 360 games. So this was kind of cool. She did have them priced at $4 a piece, which that's kind of pushing the boundaries for us. It's like, I don't really want to spend $4 or $5 for a game, I mean, this is a garage sale. Come on, you got to drop prices. And, I always hated that, how you got the games that are complete and they're $4, and then you'll have loose games for $4. Just kind of taking a quick peek around. Maybe there's something extra that we missed out on, but And also look in the books, because sometimes you might find like How to Win at Nintendo or some other obscure book that's really awesome. So other than that, we didn't really see much. The only gaming and retro related stuff she had were the video games. And right now I'm debating, I'm looking at, Banjo-Kazooie, Nuts and Bolts, and the other one which is out of frame, and that's Fracture. But right now, Maniac Matt is wheeling and dealing with her, saying, well, they're $4 a piece. Would you do 2 games for $4? So $2 a piece. And she actually agreed to it. She was like, yeah, sure, She did say it was her last day, and that, so she was going to pack up and whatever. So Matt figured out, wheel and deal, and maybe she'll want to sell them. So, whatever. We're just sitting here right now asking each other, well, which one do you want? What are you interested in? Well, I don't know. You got dibs. No, sir, you got dibs. Just wasting time, being stupid. So I think Maniac Matt was debating on a few of them, but, we didn't bring much money with because we're not rich. So we do like to be really cheap when it comes to this stuff. But ultimately, I think he ended up going with Rio and Open Season. I can't remember, so you're going to have to go check out his channel. But I ended up grabbing Banjo-Kazooie, Nuts and Bolts for $2, and Fracture, which, go figure, no manual. So, terrible. Other than that, on to Garage Sale 3. Alright, so we're partway done with garage sailing, just whatever. Haven't really found too much, but here's Maniac. Speak up over the muffler. Here's Maniac Matt giving you an update.
Yeah, we've had a couple good finds, some 360 games. That was probably the best bet we got. We spent probably about 30 minutes talking to some quack job about how he had some, what was it, wicker bottom chairs or something that he wanted like 170. But
yeah, antique stuff.
So hopefully we're gonna hit a couple more up. We found a couple stuff, but we're gonna hit some more stuff up. Hopefully we can find some older stuff. That's kind of the goal, but
well, we just got done with this
super rare find.
Garage sale over here. Yeah, like you said, we got some pretty rare finds here. Unbelievable.
Nothing like NFL Game Day 99, NHL Breakaway. Luckily for me, I love PlayStation 1 stuff, so I'll grab it if it's cheap. But I got it for $1. She wanted 2 a piece. I got it for $1 for both because I ain't paying $2 a piece. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah, $2 a piece garbage
for sports games. No way, man. She should have paid us to take those off her hands. That's what I'm saying.
Didn't she say something like they were old too?
I think that's why she gave it to me for $1 for both, because she's like, oh, they're old. Luckily, in her mind, old meant she's not going to sell them, instead of old meaning,
oh, they're old.
They're old. I'm not going to bend. It's like, give me a break. They're sports games, and you look at the back, they look awful.
They do come complete though too.
Yeah, that's kind of the main thing. I would have loved to get that Oblivion. They had Oblivion for 360, but it didn't have the manual, and she said her son had to get $5 for it.
They also had Lost Planet there, and then opened up the case it was in. The game was missing. Still had $5 on it.
$5 for a case. It's like, I would offer them a quarter, and that's to complete a set. If we find Lost Planet out and about today, I'm gonna go back and get a quarter and get it complete. It's been a kind of a slow day. It started out pretty good though.
Yeah, we got a little bit of stuff here and there, but
nothing major. I'm hoping for some SNES or something, just to liven our spirits up.
Yeah, that'll definitely be good. But other than that, we're gonna shut this camera so we don't get pulled over by piggy poop.
Yeah, they're trying to figure out what you guys doing. Well, peace. Look.
So we just got done out of this thrift store.
Nothing, video games.
Nothing special. Some puzzles. They had like Garfield puzzle and a lot of the retro stuff that I'm into.
You pick any of that up?
It was like $1.50, and I'm not going to pay $1.50 for a puzzle like that.
I ended up buying chocolate-covered chips. So the day's not totally shot.
I think you did find one game in there, but it was at that price.
Big Game Hunter. It was in really nice condition, but the lady said she only worked the candy shop, so I couldn't even haggle the price down.
Yeah, Big Game Hunter for original Xbox.
That was a nice game, and I loved playing it growing up. I always loved the Big Game Hunters, especially a dangerous game, which I think it was a dangerous game with the bear on the front. So I love that. I grew up playing that, so I just ended up buying this. You know, a little slowed down a bit, but we still got hope. It's only what, late afternoon, early afternoon.
It's noon right now, so see what happens. Hit some more and let you guys know what's going on. So
yeah, till the next check-in.
Alright, so we just stopped at this other garage sale way out in the boonies, middle of nowhere. Got a couple
That's some stuff. Got some Dance Dance Revolution, some Just Dance 3. Unfortunately, I already own this, but whatever. Just Dance 30 track, the first one, I guess, and then Let's Dance. That one's sealed. $24.99. I got 4 for $5. Wanted to pay $1 a piece, but what are you gonna do? I'll add them to my Wii collection.
They had a Wii there for sale too, but $45 for everything. But you know, we already have Wiis, and now that they're coming out with all the other Wiis.
Yeah, they got the new Wii Mini, which is I think selling for $49.59. They want a $45.
They said they'd haggle, but we don't really.
Yeah, there wasn't any price that I felt like paying unless it was $10. But yeah, but besides that, we got some. You picked up some pretty sweet Looney Tunes stuff.
Yeah, I found a box, and inside the box was a bunch of Looney Tunes stuffed animals, but large ones, not little ones.
So yeah, those are, and we just got done talking to a guy who was offering us, like, he wanted to sell like big, probably 4-footers of Wile E. Coyote and Bugs Bunny. And he wanted $40
a piece.
And so we got about half that, so about 2.5 footers, and got them for 5 for 3.
Yeah, 3 of them for $5.
That's what you gotta do. You just gotta wait. You don't just jump on something even though it looks cool. You know, you gotta wait, check it out, because there's always someone who's got the same thing and they don't want it. So, but so far it's been an okay day. I mean, we haven't hit anything old. It's all been new stuff, but.
And living way up here in the North Woods too, you just got a lot of this.
It sucks.
It's hardly anything.
Oh, nothing. But yeah, but we'll still have something to show you guys at the end once we have it all strewn out. And it'll look pretty. I think we have a pretty good haul today. I mean, we still got quite a bit to go. Hopefully we can hit up this flea market if it's still going. But if not, we'll just hit some stuff on the way back. We got a video game store on the way back. Hopefully he'll let us record inside.
Yeah,
that'd be awesome. But
battery's dying, so I gotta switch that out. So
and
until next time. Alright, so here we are at the flea market, the big flea market we wanted to hit up. So, whatever. We're just gonna go and walk around and hopefully we can actually find something, but whatever. Who knows? With our luck, we don't find diddly squat. Terrible. So this was the first place we ended up going, and it was actually kind of cool. He had a whole bunch of stuff just thrown everywhere, like tables and whatnot. A big box full of toys. You know, looking around, looking for stuff. I'm into retro items, but there really wasn't anything here that was catching my eye. You know, so whatever. Then, of course, you know, a big box full of CDs, which Maniac Matt is snooping through right now, hoping to find maybe some hidden PS1 games or something in there. So, but yeah, I really like finding tables and stuff like this, because sometimes you'll just see cool stuff that you're into shoved away somewhere, and the guy will be like, oh, yeah, 25 cents for it. So, whatever. Here's another stack of CDs that Maniac Matt was starting to sift through. You know, a bunch of PC games and, like, you know, little kid learning games and stuff, because I believe the person had some children there with him and his family. So Bunch of little kiddie stuff, nothing we're into, and whatever. VHS. I usually love looking through VHS and DVDs because you might find some cool stuff. I really like trying to find the Game Player game tapes. I used to have them all. I had a whole bunch of them when I was a kid, and now I only got like 4 left, and I don't even have them in their cases anymore. So it just ticks me off. So other than that, snooping around, bumming around, this is the stuff that we deal with. Just a bunch of garbage, a bunch of nonsense. Meanwhile, everyone else is going out and about. Man, they're finding video games and really rare, obscure items. And what do I find? We find chairs and cookware and pots and pans and clothing and dolls and just a bunch of stupid nonsense. And this was another table some woman was running, and she had some troll dolls and some like Hot Wheels and little toy cars. Nothing special, so had to move on. Then over here, just a ton of books, which, if you have the time, go through and sort through them, because you might find like How to Win at Nintendo or some other awesome book that might be retro related or whatever you're into. But it's a lot of time too you can spend sitting there, especially looking through like magazines, looking for Nintendo Power, which I've done, but takes a long time. And so right now we're heading down in between all these random buildings, and when we saw this building, it actually kind of caught my eye because I actually saw some electronics in there. And I thought, wow, this will be cool, let's go through and, hopefully we'll find like a Nintendo or something awesome. But, of course, we get here and what do we find? 8 tracks and a bunch of random music CDs. Maniac Matt picked up a PlayStation game. I don't even know where he found it. He found it somewhere. I like looking through the DVDs because sometimes you'll find PS2 games, and I even like looking through the 8 tracks because sometimes you'll actually find old Atari games and stuff in there. So here was a place I didn't really care much for because it's all newer stuff, like store items. So it's not even really like a flea market, like bargains and stuff. It's more like people setting up a building and selling brand new items. Whatever. A couple Power Rangers, comic books, but those are worth, I don't even know, like 50 cents. I mean, you can go to comic book shops and buy stuff like that for 50 cents a piece. No big deal, blah, blah, blah. That was kind of cool. Power Rangers shampoo dispensers, I guess. But, I wanted to save my money for like video gaming stuff and not spend an arm and a leg on stuff like that. So, once again, a store with a bunch of newer items, tools. I was like, oh, sweet, Pac-Man? No, just a stupid smiley face keychain. Dumb. Then, Spider-Man comic, once again, you can get it for like 50 cents, $1, for a lot of that stuff. And then, there's a lot of Power Rangers stuff because all of a sudden right here, I ended up picking up Power Rangers Band-Aids. They wanted $2 a piece on them, and I'm a cheapskate, so I didn't pick them up. Kind of wish I did now, but not for $2. Hey, brotherly love. Then we're in this random place, just stuff thrown everywhere, random albums. I like looking in the albums because sometimes you can find cool retro-related stuff in the albums. Some lighting equipment, whatnot, photography stuff. Nothing too special. Just junk everywhere. Sometimes stuff like this can be a little overwhelming because you don't even really know where to look. And it's like, what are you going to do? Sit here and dig through everything for an hour? No. Hey, get some tires for dirt cheap, I guess. So right now we're going through, and he found some CDs, music stuff that he was sorting through. Said he was looking to get some more music and what have you. And here I am looking at the DVDs, but I don't know why, but holy mackerel, they had some pretty hefty prices on these DVDs. Like really $20 for the 50 movie family pack. I mean, you can buy that for like $5 at Walmart. I mean, come on. I don't know what was up with those prices, but then here we have nothing but shoes. Just shoes up the hind end. Crazy. Then we got some PS2 games. Wow, no way, video games? Well, they were all sports games, and when we talked to the guy, he was like, oh yeah, $5 a piece. And he's like, yeah, and I even lowered the price. So there's no way I'm paying $5 a piece for a sports game, especially on PS2. Well, a startling surprise, we actually found a place that has video games.
50% off is what we're told by the locals, so...
There's a sign too, it says 50% off.
So hopefully they haven't been totally just totally taken over. Up to 50% off. They're probably, well...
2% off.
I'll take 25.
Magic the Gathering too.
Really? Oh man, this might be a really good day. Right here.
So far it's been pretty terrible.
Yeah, get a pic of that sign as we're driving in. Toyrific. Toyrific in, where are we?
By St. Croix Falls.
St. Croix Falls.
Alright, so we just got out of the game store now, and you ended up getting some, so you can explain what you did.
So we went to this old bumpkin flea market, and I bought Just Dance 1, Just Dance 2, Just Dance 3, Dance Dance Revolution 2, all for the Wii, which, whatever, they're good. I'll take them. Like, I don't mind collecting those kind of things, especially if there's nothing else going on. But then we went to here, and I heard this guy trading in sports games for $2 a piece. So I'm like, well, sports games suck. And so I went in, and I'm just like, hey, what do you take for these Just Dance? So for the 4 games I spent $5 on, he gave me almost $16 in store credit. So I took that store credit, and then I just bought Wario Woods. Really nice. Label looks great, pins look awesome, and then I just grabbed Tetris Attack. So traded in a bunch of shit for at least something I'll actually play. So I'm pretty stoked about that. But that's about it.
Otherwise,
So adding some Super NES to the collection.
other than that, it's been pretty sparse around here. Nothing too good. Not like a way out in the West Coast or the East Coast.
Oh yeah.
Stuck right here in the
in the Midwest. What?
So other than that, it's
You probably get way better credit than me for your stuff.
but other than that, it's getting late. No more garage sales probably going on. It's 4:40 right now, so
Time to head back.
head back and see what's up. Alright, so now that you guys just got done watching that video, I'm going to show you guys more of an up-close shot of the stuff I picked up. If you want to see what Maniac Matt picked up, because we picked up stuff at other garage sales that we couldn't film at or that we weren't filming at. So if you want to see everything that he picked up, go check out his channel, and I'll put a link to his channel somewhere down below in the description or something. So go find that and see what he picked up. But anyway, I'm going to show you guys what I got. So once again, things are separated into 3 different categories: non-retro related items, retro memorabilia, and video games and video gaming memorabilia. So let's check out the non-retro related items. And I only got one thing, but it's pretty big and I don't want to set it up right now. I ended up picking up a director's chair. Now, why would I get a director's chair? Well, the thing is, I actually bought it because I thought it'd be pretty funny. I like making movies, I'm into filmmaking, and I decided it'd be kind of funny to get like an actual director's chair and then set it up and sit in it and have my name embroidered on it. But anyway, well, I got it backwards, but this is it, and it comes with stuff like this. So, you know, you slide this on. I'm not going to do this because it's going to take forever. But you end up sliding that on, and then my name would go on the back. And like I said, I'm not doing it because I'm like, oh man, seriously, this is, oh, I really do want to be a director. Shut up. Dumb. I'm doing it because it's kind of funny to me. So there was that. And of course, you got the actual part that you sit on, which is this. So it's pretty crazy to set up. You got to go like this, and it's like a big deal. Put it in here. Make sure you got it nice and even, and then close that, and then put the other end over here. Then close that, and then hopefully it doesn't fall down. And then you take the this piece and do that, and then pull with all your might. And after screwing around, there you go. That's pretty much, I mean, I don't have it quite as tight as I would like it, but whew, there you go. That's the director's chair. So picked that up for pretty cheap. The person had $4 on it, and like I said, I really am glad Maniac Matt was around because he was just wheeling and dealing left and right, so which I don't usually do. So $4 was on it, and he was like, "Oh, would you take $2 for the chair?" And the woman was like, "Yeah, sure, no problem." So I got this chair for $2. The funny thing is before I went to a thrift store, like probably a week or so before this, went to a thrift store and they had a director's chair there. And I was like, "Oh, sweet. How much is that?" And it was like $12. I'm like, "Really? I don't want to spend $12 on a chair." So I was like, "Well, is that a deal? Who knows? It probably is a deal, right? Everyone's ticked off that I didn't buy it." Well, then me and my buddy Chris ended up going to a random sale. It was like on a Wednesday or a Thursday. Somebody had a sale at their house. So we went there and I saw 2 director's chairs, but they were short versions. They weren't like this. They were the shorter ones. And I was joking with him, and I was saying, like, I was like, "I bet you $50. We walk over there, and there'll be a sign on there that says, 'Oh, old vintage director chair, $200, please, $200.' So we get out. I end up walking over there, and sure enough, there's a sign on there, and it says 1930s director's chairs, but $60. But, you know, so it wasn't as expensive as I figured it would be, but still, they wanted $60 for them, and I was like, there's no way I'm doing that. But so this was awesome. Went out with Maniac Matt and got this bad boy for $2. So awesome. Really, thank you, Maniac Matt, for wheeling and dealing. Now we're on to the retro memorabilia. So this was at a garage sale that we didn't film at. It was just kind of like out of the way, and we just didn't think about it. We're in a rush, and we hurried up and went through and just ended up finding stuff. So Maniac Matt was over there, and he ended up picking up some Wii games, which you can see on his channel. Anyway, this is what I ended up finding. I'm snooping around, don't really find much, you know. I'm like, yeah, well, whatever, probably get ready to go. And he's wheeling and dealing with the people about the Wii and the Wii games. And I'm looking over there, and I look in this box, and first thing I see is this. And I had to get it because it's hilarious. So, like I said before in my first video, I find these everywhere, and they're like a dime a dozen. But Tasmanian Devil from 1996. Saw that and I was like, I have to get it just because it'd be kind of funny anyway. And not only was he in there, but Daffy Duck was in there as well. So I was like, oh sweet, Daffy Duck. And then digging around and I saw this guy in here as well, which I think is probably the coolest one to find. So usually you find Taz, or you'll find a Bugs Bunny or Tweety Bird, typical stuff like that, but I never find things like this. And so I was happy to get this. Speedy Gonzales. So great big old sombrero, big old long tail on him, so I thought that was awesome. And I got these two, or I got these three stuffed animals for $5. So that was pretty cool. $5 for the three of them. And before that, me and Maniac Matt, we stopped at this what do you want to call it? It was supposed to be an estate sale. And we pull in there and this guy comes out and he's like, oh, I don't think you guys will be interested in this. And he was saying because a lot of the stuff in there was old antiques that were like, you know, it'd be like a plate for like $300. So we ended up sitting there and talking to the dude for like an hour, which the guy was alright, he was fine, but boy, we were there for a while. And he had Roadrunner stuffed animal, he had a Pink Panther stuffed animal and a Bugs Bunny stuffed animal, but they were like 4-footers, like these were really big ones, and the dude wanted like $40 a piece for them. So it was pretty cool to hold out and not get those and then run across these guys. So that was pretty cool. The other items I found were these. It was right at the very last minute. We're finishing up and there was a sale going on. It was late, it was like 6:30. We were on our way back and just happened to run into another sale that was going on. And Maniac Matt found these and gave them to me, but we got that Marvin the Martian mouse pad. So that's pretty sweet, and it looks in great condition. The colors are not faded at all. It looks great, and it is from 1995. So that was pretty sweet. And the other thing he found was Marvin the Martian wristwatch. So I thought that was pretty cool too. From 1997. So that was pretty sweet. And the thing was, these didn't even have prices on them. And I'm like, all right, so what do we do? And we walk up, because there were some people, but they were like sitting way off in this corner. And there was a bucket that said donation. So we're like, well, we'll just ask these people what to do. And we're like, oh, how much for this stuff? And they're like, oh, just put the money in the donation bucket. And we're like, well, what if there's no price on it? And they're like, ah, just whatever. So it's like, okay, I don't want to give like 10 cents for it. I mean, I do, but then I'm going to probably have lightning strike me and I'm going to die. So I didn't feel like doing that. So I ended up giving like $3 for this and the watch and then something else, which is in the video gaming area. So that was pretty cool. And another thing I ended up getting was this Yosemite Sam doll. This one is from, 1997. So, once again, it is cool. It's got the tag on it. So, but, once again, I don't usually pick stuff up like this because, I'm into video games and I like to try to collect certain things. But I almost have to collect stuff like this because if I don't, all these other hipsters and everyone that's coming out of the woodwork and just buying up this stuff. So now I'm getting to the point, like I said, of desperation, and I just got to find stuff like this. It's terrible. And also, as you guys seen in the video, I ended up picking up a Where's Waldo puzzle, another retro style puzzle. That's one thing I need to quit doing is picking up puzzles like this. I'm pretty sure it's complete, but I really need to quit picking up puzzles like this because, like I said, I'm getting desperate now, and I have to start picking up all this random retro items and retro memorabilia because I can't find video game stuff anywhere. So I end up picking up stuff like this, and now I just got like piles of puzzles. So this is getting ridiculous. Dumb. And now we're on to the video gaming spot. So, of course, typical stuff like this. PlayStation cord. I picked this up at some random garage sale out and about, so nothing special, 50 cents. I generally pick stuff up like this because I'll get a PlayStation system with no cords, or I'll get, cords without the system, and then I build up enough of it, and then I can go through and find the complete stuff. So I'm like, oh, well, there's a PlayStation without the cord. Guess what? Well, now I got the AV cables for it, so I can complete the systems. So that was kind of cool. And then this was a game that Maniac Matt found at that sale with Marvin the Martian. Jeopardy for the Game Boy. Picked that up and gave it to me. So here you go. So I paid $3 for this, the Marvin the Martian watch, and the Marvin the Martian mouse pad. So that was pretty cool. And then these were some of the games that we picked up. You guys already saw these in the video, but more of a closer look. 007 Nightfire for the original Xbox. I don't have many Xbox games, but it was complete, and I figured this will just help build up my original Xbox collection. Conflict Desert Storm, manual and disc. So there's that. And then Need for Speed Hot Pursuit 2. Need for Speed Hot Pursuit 2. Manual and disc. And then you guys saw at the one garage sale we got Fracture. This just the disc, no manual, which is terrible. But then I also got Banjo-Kazooie, nuts and bolts, but I don't have that here. That's actually at my friend's house right now. So, and they had $4 a piece on them. But when we were there, we asked, Maniac Matt was like, "Would you do 2 of them for $4?" And the woman was like, "Sure." Pretty much because it was her last day and she probably just wanted to get rid of the stuff. So instead of paying $8, I only paid $4. So I paid $4 for Fracture and Banjo-Kazooie nuts and bolts. So, and then Maniac Matt went out, when he was out of town and stuff, and he goes to garage sales separately. He found some cool stuff and he traded this to me. So this is pretty cool. He said he's never seen them before, but I've seen them advertised in magazines, but never owned one. Quick Shot. QS-132, so Quick Shot 132 sighting scope. This is what you put on the orange zapper for the NES. Stick it on there, and then, of course, look through it, and there you go. The only thing is it's missing the little orange, what you call it, the little orange thing right here. So you move it up a notch and you can adjust the height of this. It's the only part that's missing from it. But like I said, I never had this, and I love collecting NES stuff like this. This is an awesome find. So he gave this to me because I'm going to trade him some other stuff. So I don't know what he wants. He wants a couple video games for the NES, so we'll make a deal. So thanks, Maniac Matt. Other than that, that's it. So once again, thanks for watching the videos. Hope you enjoyed it. So whatever. I'm Janitor Jake. Catch you guys later.